first 1 year, I didn't accept that I was in Europe. Like the feeling that people have, oh my God, I'm in Europe. I didn't have it because my mind was somewhere else. But because my mind was back home and
Okay.
my career and what I've built over the years. But then again, at some point, I talked to myself and I was like, you know what? Enjoy what God has given you for the time being. And since I decided to let go of my past, I mean, it has been great.
Mm.
I don't trust people anymore.
Mm. Just because of that incident.
Yeah, and I don't receive calls that much because of that. I don't trust anybody and again. For me, whenever I talk to you, it's about the future. I tell you, you know what, let's do this masters, it's gonna help us out, you know. So people don't like ambitious person, most especially when you're
Changing the narratives with Mr. B.
How are you doing?
I'm good and you?
I'm doing great.
That's
You
good.
look beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
All
too.
right. I'm going to be asking a few questions. I'm doing this for educational purpose, just to share from your own life experience
Uh,
in general, right? Okay, before we proceed, can you help me introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello everyone, my name is Aminata Silla. I am from the Gambia.
Wow. How long have you been here now?
Um, well, I can't answer that question because I've been here, but I've been going back and forth. But let me say, almost 2 years or 1 year, 1 year, 6 months, something
Okay,
like
when
that.
was the first time you touched this European territory?
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How long did you stay before going back again?
Mm, okay, I was here in 2024 for holidays,
Okay.
and an unfortunate incident happened. I came here for holidays from Turkey, and on my way going back to the airport, my stuffs were stolen. So I had to sit here. I mean, it was a long procedure,
Okay.
a long story, but I'm here now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Then you finally relocated here. Why? What was the motive of relocating here? Before it was like a visit, right? So why did you finally just decide to relocate here?
I will say that I did not decide that. I believe that God did that for me because,
Mhm.
like I said, I've been coming here for holidays, never wanted to stay here
Mm.
because I had a job back home and all of that. But whilst I was doing my master's in Turkey, at that time, I needed to come here because my brother was also living here doing
Okay.
his master's as well. So I came for holidays because by then our school in Turkey, they don't allow you to stay on campus.
Okay.
So during holidays, you have to obviously
Look.
go outside wherever you want to go. So I did not have a relative in Turkey. So obviously my brother was here. So that was what prompted me coming here back and
Okay.
forth. Yes. So on that, I'll never forget it. It was on February 16, 2024, whilst I was on my way to the airport because I had like menstrual cramps. So all my documents was on my inside my bum bag. So I felt the pain and I was like, you know what? Let me put the bum bag in my backpack. So that moment that I did that, from stepping out of the metro,
Mm.
coming out, then someone told me, hey, 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 look at your backpack, it's open. Then that was when I realized that my stuff were stolen. So I had to go to the police station to write
Report.
report, police report, and those stuff, those procedures. So I also reported to the school where I was to tell them about my situation. But it was like a very strict school, so they really tried. They gave me like time
Recover.
to recover, but you know, Italy and their procedure, the
Very.
bureaucracy is very slow. Everybody knows that.
Mm.
If you are here, you know that the bureaucracy is slow. So because of that, you know, they thought maybe she wants to stay here, she
Mm.
doesn't want to come back, she's always giving excuses. But I was quite sure that the school at some point they understood me, but because it was sort of like a disciplinary school, so they had to set example because they have waited and waited and waited.
Mm.
Maybe they don't want to set like a bad precedence for other students, which I totally understand. So that is why So imagine the school sent me a notice like on a Friday that, oh my, you're no more like a student here, which I took, you know, in good faith. And then on the Monday, my permesso de soggiorno, that's the residence
Mm.
permit, was given to me so that I'll be able to travel back. So it was too late, and I knew that when that happened, at some point, I knew that God chose Italy for me, but I did not want to accept the fact. So I was forcing my way back there. Okay, I lost that. Imagine I did 1 year, 6 months there, 3 months to my graduation, and that incident happened.
Just 3 months to go.
Yeah, after spending like 1 year, 6 months, as a lady, you know, having a career, spending 1 year, 6 months, it is
Mm,
obviously
yeah.
something for you. So yeah, I took it in good faith, and I started all over again. So I was sent by my office to go there. Because there was a change of office, I sent them an email, but obviously people who were there did not believe me. So they sort of like convinced the boss who stepped in that, oh, she just wants to stay in Europe, they don't want to work in Africa. And it was a bit toxic. Even when I forced myself, I went back to Africa.
Mm,
That shows how determined I
yeah.
am. Even though my permit was about to, because they just gave me 3 months,
Mm,
the permit was about to expire. I stayed in the Gambia waiting for them to give me a response to start the job again, you know. And even my permit was expired whilst I was in the Gambia. That shows you
mm,
how determined I am to work for my country. But then they never called, you know. And then you have your juniors who will call you to give you feedback about what's happening. You hear nonsense and slanderous comments from people you've worked with, people you
mm,
trusted, people you used to call sisters, people you used to call brothers. But you, at some point, it taught me a lot. It taught me to be silent, to be quiet, to sit back, to lay back and study people, because I am just this happy child who, um, open up my arms for
mm,
everyone. Then it changed a lot for me. Like, it was a turning point of my life. I will not say I don't trust people anymore.
mm. Just because of that incident.
Yeah, and I don't receive calls that much because of that. I don't trust anybody again. So I think I watch movies and focus on myself is way better than talking to people, helping them. Because for me, whenever I talk to you, it's about the future. I tell you, you know what, let's do this masters, it's gonna help us out, you know. So people don't like ambitious person, most especially when you're a female. So it's very unfortunate. I spoke to people that, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to have this, I want to do double masters, PhD. They use that. Oh my God, why do you need PhD? Are you going to be a professor? Like,
Mm,
why do you care? That is what I want to do. But they use all of those things against you because they feel threatened that if you come with all those qualifications, maybe you'll be their boss, or nobody knows. You know, the human
mm,
being is
yeah.
just difficult
To understand,
to understand.
to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's quite unfortunate. I would say I'm very sorry about that. I've labored for about a year and 6 months for a particular cause, and at the end of it all, not just because you decided to let go,
Mm.
just because of an incident that happened and it slips your hand. It's quite really painful. I quite understand that.
Hmm.
But all the same, there's still a greater future ahead.
Yeah,
Understand?
yeah.
Yeah.
I am not giving up.
Okay.
And I pray that God helps me
That
too.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, now that you are here now, since you've been here now for about 2 years now, right?
Almost, yeah.
Almost. Okay,
Yeah.
so are you still pursuing the same career or the same study? Is it the reason why you came here, or you are here for another different purpose entirely?
No, like when that incident happened and when I knew that, because somebody called me, like I said, and
Mm.
told me that, this thing is over. So I decided to apply to come back
Okay.
since I have nothing left there. So I start all over again. I'm up to something, but I don't want to air it,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Please.
of
Okay.
my past experience. So yeah,
Okay. Yes. Quite
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's quite understandable. Okay. Right. now, right now, so how is life in general in this your 2 years of being in Italy? Knowing fully whether it's
Peaceful. Yeah, it's
peaceful.
peaceful. It's calm.
Mm.
I mean, I didn't. Okay, the first 1 year, I didn't accept that I was in Europe. Like the feeling that people have, oh my God, I'm in Europe. I didn't have it because my mind was somewhere else. But because my mind was back home and
Okay.
my career and what I've built over the years. But then again, at some point, I talked to myself and I was like, you know what? Enjoy what God has given you for the time being. And since I decided to let go of my past, I mean, it has been great.
Mm.
I have friends here. We go out sometimes. It's not often, but and we have each other's back here, and it's peaceful. Like I said, it's peaceful.
Mm.
You if you don't want to go somewhere, you don't have to go there. Like maybe that's now me. If I don't want to go somewhere, if I feel like it's gonna be negative, I'm not going there. Like now I don't have to, I will not say pretend, but I don't have to be, the
Just to
African
please.
please others. Exactly. If
Mm.
I don't want, I don't want. I don't care how you feel.
Mm.
This is now the new me. And life has been good, to be candid. And like I said, I don't need to overexpose, but we thank God. I thank God.
Had it been that it's possible for us to dig deep into some certain things, for just to enlighten the people. Because honestly, you know one thing about life is that you've passed through it already.
Yeah.
God have already taken you out of it. You
Yeah.
understand me?
Mm.
It's now your past.
Mhm.
But do you still know that there are a lot of people who are still going to be victimized in regards to that same situation if they are not careful, if they are not well informed, right? So this is the reason why we are sometimes, I just a little bit here.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we are doing this. It's called changing the narrative, sharing from our own life experience, also educate the public, because there is no way you're going back to where you passed already. All right, it's just for people to also learn and know the necessary step to take in order for them not to be victim of such
such.
circumstances again. You understand me? So please, if I am trying to deep, not because I want to know, but rather I just want to say someone from such incident. You understand? Whether you like it or not, there are people who are going to be victim of such if they don't have the right information.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Like I said, I'm not trying to hide anything. And to start with, I am praying for what I went through. I don't pray for even my enemy to go through it. You know the silent battle, the disappointment, the people you thought that they are like your family. Some friends you think that they're your family. That's your right, and that's your ride or die. That's how you take them. And then you have to be in that situation. I don't pray for anybody to go through that. But what I'm saying is, if you're out there and you're ambitious and you're young and you want to go far, have less friends. Even if you're working, they're not your friends. Where you're working, they're your colleagues, they're not your friends. I learned that the hard way. So nobody's your friend. Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your siblings in general, they're your friends. Nobody out there is your friend. That's one. Pray a lot. I don't care whether you believe in Islam, whatever you believe in, pray. Make sure that spiritually you have the favor of your maker, because it's a turning point, because he's the one who protects you from the unseen. Because when you're in a situation you don't see nothing absolutely, but when you are during your quiet moments, it's like God is playing a video of you and the people that you were dealing with. So that's it. But I am sure that if somebody's out there going through a hard time, be spiritually connected, be prayerful, talk less, trust no one, absolutely no one. Don't overshare. Even your mother, don't overshare, because you know how African mothers can be. They'll be bragging about, oh my God, my daughter went to Turkey to study. And even that, hearing that news, not everybody would be happy to
That is,
hear
yeah,
that.
you're right.
So sometimes, even, let me not lie, sometimes you have friends who are genuinely happy for you, but they brag about you and then they overshare. So they, hey, my friend, she's in, they,
But to them, it's just a good intention,
I
but the
understand that
person,
too. I
yeah,
understand that aspect because I have people that I was mad at them, but when I understood, when I sat and, had a conversation with myself, I knew that they were bragging about me, but it was not a bad intention from them.
mm,
So oversharing, if you stop oversharing, it will save you from, those stuffs.
mm,
So
mm,
that's it. It's not like you're hiding things from them. If they love you genuinely, they will know that you're not hiding nothing absolutely from
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So, like, I have a friend who is in the Gambia, and I appreciate her for that. You know, for her, whenever you have something good, even if you tell her, like, today, oh, girl, I'm traveling today, she will never get angry because she knows that if I share something, it doesn't come out the way I wanted.
mm,
So she's very understandable. So if you have a friend like that, those people, they are keepers. But if you
mm.
have a friend that will confront you, why didn't you tell me? Oh, keeping you accountable. Oh, you told me on the 14th. Please, just
Does them
exclude
off.
them out of the equation because you don't need that. Adulthood is just crazy. There are a lot of things that you're thinking of. You don't need somebody keeping you accountable of dates and time that you haven't told them something that has to do with you
Mm.
and not
Not their
them.
destiny. This is all about your destiny.
Exactly. So
Just imagine.
yeah, that's it.
It's a crazy stuff. All right. Thank you so much. I just a little bit because of
Oh.
camera. Okay, thank you so much. Now,
Mm.
what do you think after this your program here now? So, what are your vision? Are you still going to return to Gambia, or you are just going to leave, uh, enjoy the rest of the moment here?
Well, like I said, I'm not for Europe. Like,
Mm,
my mindset, my mom is a teacher. Everybody knows her. Her name is Mrs. Silla. She's now the principal of Mohammedan school in the Gambia. My dad has always been a hardworking person. He's now working for a company. I don't want to mention the company's name.
mm,
It's gonna look like a publicity.
okay, yeah.
But so if you look at my family, they have always worked for the government. They have always been hardworking. Why should I be somewhere else working whilst I
Mm,
have my family back home? So obviously, I want to go back home, work for my country,
mm,
where I will be appreciated, respected. I'm not saying that I'm not respected
yeah,
here, but the value that you have when you work in your country and the value here, it's different. Let's call a
sure,
spade a spade.
for sure.
And the room space is just like prison here. You don't have to confine yourself in that situation. So if whatever I'm looking for, if I am done with everything, obviously I will go back and work for my country
Mm,
because they need us,
mm,
people who are exposed. Because, like I said, I speak Turkish, I speak English, that can add to the national
for sure,
development.
for sure.
So I don't need to run away because of the bad experience that I had. No, I don't give up that easily. So I'm going back home. I'm going to do my quota and see where the Gambia will be,
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
God
And
will
we're
cause His
even
grace
growing.
to rest on you. All right. Okay, so now,
Mm.
are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And that's a whole story. You see why I said that God chose Italy for me. So during those hard times, I was really broke. Let me say it. I was broke, but I didn't want my family back home to know
mm,
about it. So my brother used to call me, Amina, do you need money? Let me send you. I was like, no. To me, it's a taboo for me to be in Europe and somebody back home
but,
sending me money. I said no. So everybody knows I like cooking. So where I was staying, there was an African restaurant there. So you know, I started cooking there. I was hooked up by my roommate, Aisha. Thank you, Aisha. So I started cooking and I changed their menu for the Ramadan that season. I brought up, different menu and everybody was talking about it. And then one day, my boss, by then I'll say she's my boss, she told me that there is a man who came here. He said he wants you to be his wife. I was like, is he crazy? I don't even know him. How can you just propose that you want somebody to be your wife? You know? And I was not interested. I didn't even know him. But then my boss kept insisting, oh my God, he's from a good family. He's a good person. He has been living here, but people hardly see him.
Mm.
He's always working. And then one day I was talking to my mom and I was like, she was following up, how are you? Because she felt like it was hard for me. So she
Mm.
was always calling. And one day I never talked to my mom about men. It was just funny. But that day I had the courage. I was like, one stupid man just said he wants to marry me. He doesn't even know whether I am a witch. Look at me going through a hard time. You're telling me about
Mm.
marriage. That is not even in my mind. And then my mom said, but Aminata, wait a minute. I think, you have to give it a chance. If you're losing everything back home, you know, why not, start something here?
Mm.
I said, you think so? She said, yes. I said, okay. So the next day I went to work and my boss said, Amina, should I give him your number?
Okay, upon that very time, you guys have not seen each other.
No, I don't even know him. So when my mom gave me the go ahead, I was like, okay. So the next day I went to work and my boss was like, Amina, should I give him your number? He's a good person. I was like, okay, you can give him. She couldn't even believe it. So later, he did not call, but I think he came there in person, right? I think few days later because I was also fasting. After Ramadan,
Mm.
we fast 6 days, and if you have like missing dates, you have to pay that. So I was fasting that. I told her I don't want to, see anybody. I just want to be spiritually cleansed. So after that, I saw him. From seeing him, I can read people. I knew that he's a good person, and I also wanted to escape from, thinking back home
Mm.
and
Mm.
everything that happened. And then we used to go for ice cream. I could remember it was during summer because where I was staying downstairs, we had like a gelateria, like an ice cream
Mm.
shop. So we used to go there, and then he introduced himself. And yeah, that's how after like 6 months, we got married. That's my story. Yes.
Here in Italy.
Yeah, I went back home. Like I said,
Okay.
during the time I was home,
Okay,
you know,
that
I
was
went
when the accident happened.
when like how that happened was like whilst I was waiting for my workplace to call me back, I sat and sat and sat, nothing was happening. My husband told me, Amina, maybe this is not destined for you. If they're not calling you, why not, proceed with your life? By then I have given everything that I had here, the room that I had, everything. So I was like, and he was like, come here, I will look a place for you to stay. I did not trust that because as an African woman, we have
Mm.
values and norms that we believe in. I was like, you know what? If I am to come back, I want to come there because of a reason. Because I had no reason to be here. Everything I came for holidays, everything was stolen. So why should I be there? So he was like, why I've always told you that I want you to be my wife. So we can get married. He told me that because okay, the minute I was in the Gambia, the minute I stepped in the Gambia, like I think we were 3 months, dating, and then I kept on saying no, 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 because everybody knew that I am a career woman until the 6th month, and then I knew that
It was
let
the
me
one.
just let me just go in, yeah, and then his family came and I did a little bit research about his family because of my background.
Mm.
because I studied law, so I did a little bit, and everybody was like, they're religious, very calm people, good people. I was like, okay, this is what I need to know. So I got married, went and reapplied for visa, the vista de regreso. I came back. I am here. Voila.
Okay, it's from Gambia as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's from the Gambia.
Oh wow,
Yeah, yeah,
that is
yeah.
great. Okay, both of you are here now, right?
Yes,
Present.
please. We're here.
That is great.
Uh,
That is great. Okay, now first of all, say a big shout out to him for all the
He's
tough time, the
yeah,
headache and everything. At the end, he won. That's
yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
for
His
you.
name is Baba Minte.
Mm.
Hey, baby. I love you so much.
But you
Yeah.
never knew when you were making shakara that day. You never knew a time like this will come. Oh.
Yes, obviously. So it's life. There's so many things that you
That
cannot
is
predict.
honestly,
Yeah.
that is the way nature have to have its course. That is it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Uh,
presently now, is there anything that you will look back to say, had it been that you knew this thing earlier, even in Europe, and I have dice, put myself into it, it would have made my life better today. Is there anything like that you will look back to say, had it been that I knew
yeah,
this
yeah,
earlier?
yeah, yeah.
So what would that be?
For sure. I think the language, because like I said, I never thought that I would come to Italy. Like, I used to say that coming to countries that don't speak English is just a waste of time, because they will not know the value of your qualification. And the same thing happened. So, but hadn't been that I learned Italian language back in the Gambia,
Mm.
it would have been way easier. Like, I understand the language because I understand a little bit French.
Mm.
So whatever you say, sorry, excuse me,
Sorry.
I understand it. But to speak, because like I said, I'm a perfectionist, I don't want to say anything that people are gonna laugh at me. So yeah, if I had known that my destiny would be Italy, definitely I would have taken the course, because back then in university they used to there was Spanish course,
Mm.
French, I would have dwelled more into those things.
Mm.
But so is life. But nevertheless, I will learn the language,
Mm.
because it's way easier for you to communicate. Because 85% of people here, they can't speak English.
Mm.
Yeah, and then they will tell you that here is Italy, we speak Italian, and they're right.
You have to
Yeah,
adapt to their
definitely.
system.
They're definitely right, because if you come to a country, you don't have to change the laws. You met the laws there.
Yeah.
So the rule is you have to learn the language, which eventually I will definitely do, because, like I said, even if I go back to my country, it's going to be a plus to them.
Mm.
There might be like exchange programs or translation. Nobody knows. Like, opportunities can come
So,
everywhere.
okay, last question. I hardly see Gambian girls
Mm.
in this place. I think I have met a lot of men.
Really?
Or is it my own mindset, or do,
No,
do we
they're
really have
here.
much?
Yeah, we have Gambian girls, but
Okay.
most of them came through marriage.
Okay.
So it's obvious that if your husband,
Brings you, eh?
brings you here, it's obvious that you're not out there hustling like a man.
Mm.
You're here for a purpose. That's your marriage. So your number one priority is make family, make babies,
Mm.
take care of your husband. So most of them are here, but they're more focused on, their family,
Yeah.
and not
Their
out there.
social life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We even have a Gambian community.
Mm.
Yeah, but that is, you see them events upon events,
Mm.
not all the time, but we have each other's telephone numbers.
Mm.
Whatever you need, you can call them. C'est la vie. This is life.
Which
Yeah.
is, after today, now you people are going to put me in the Gambian community.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Okay, so what is the most amazing thing that you have experienced here in this your 2 years of totally settling here now? Your most amazing moments.
The most amazing thing about Italy, I will not lie, is about the peace the government gives you.
Hmm.
I've been to Turkey, I've been to Malta, I've been to Spain. I see how, okay, I will not say Spain, okay, in Turkey to be specific, I've seen how they treat foreigners, okay? Like you don't go out without your kimlik. They call it kimlik. It's the ID card, like your permit. Yes. You dare not go out without your permit, or you cram your permit number. For us, we used to cram it. So if you meet with the police, you have to say it, and then they tap it on the system, and then they know that it's you. But here in Italy, you come without documents. I've seen a lot of people, they're here without documents. As long as you don't cause any crimes or anything, they have nothing with you. And I like that system. This is the real definition of human rights, you know. But it doesn't mean that saying that, okay, you are illegally here in the country, you have to start hunting people. You don't do that. And then whenever you see someone foreign, you just pack them to the airport without no explanation. And I see this is the reason why. Yes, like I was saying, this is a real definition of human rights. Like as a law student, and if anybody out there is watching me, most especially the United Nations, I would recommend Italy for having the number one, human rights. They respect human rights. The only problem they have with you is if you do something that is illegal, they will seize your documents. And I agree with them. But as far as you're here, even if you come here illegally, they have nothing against you. As far as you're on your business doing anything legal, they have nothing against you. I've seen people driving cars without even having like proper documentation, and the police have nothing absolutely with your permit, like your residence permit. They only ask you, as a traffic police, they only ask you your traffic, like your permit, the patenza.
Patente.
Yeah, the patente. The license. That is the only thing they're going to ask you, unless you do something which is totally illegal. So that I really recommend them for that. I mean, we're in the 21st century. Why do you have to hunt people? The reason why we are running from where we are here to here, some of them, we all know it. It's hard out there. They set the laws and the rules. So if you're unemployed back home, we know the unemployment rate back home is, crazy. Even if you create your own business, it's not gonna work because people don't have the money.
Yeah.
So it's not like the youth, they don't want to work. They want to work, but the opportunity is not there. So if, they're here, it's for a reason to help people back home. They are not here to chill or do anything of that sort. You hardly see Africans chilling here.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. So they're here for a purpose. Everybody has respected that. I mean, but Italy has made it easy for us, to be candid. It's really hard to be an immigrant being in another country. That alone is stressful. You not seeing your family is stressful. You thinking about your future, whether you're going to die here, whether they are going to burn your body, or whether you're going to pay 5,000 plus to send your body back home. You think about all of those stuff, and then
Adding another extra.
adding another extra body, you go out there asking you for your permit. I mean, what the hell? You just want to make it in life. Why